Ladies and gentlemen, mech warriors and mech fans from around the world in the inner sphere, welcome to the No Guts No Galaxy podcast number 177. We are your hosts, Daeron and Phil. Today is Wednesday, August 21st, 2019. Welcome one and all, and hello to you, Phil.
How are you doing, man? I'm glad we can actually have you on the podcast this time. You know, what is there something you don't like about Ash that we need to talk about? Is that what it is?
Because that's two, right?
That's two, where you've just been like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be there.
Well, okay.
No,
but
I know.
Let's be honest.
I know. No.
It takes,
was I not supposed to say that? No. Yes.
It takes
I know you
a
had
death in the
stuff.
family for me not to be on with Ash.
Yeah. So yeah, man, doing well. It's hotter than shit and muggier than crap out over here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm ready for fall because, you know, I don't mind living here, but like exercising and stuff outside, it's brutal.
Don't like getting wet when you're jogging?
No, I am like, it looks like I jumped in a pool and I climbed out. Like
I bet
legitimately.
So it's lightly raining here today, and a wonderful, low 60s, very comfortable, super comfortable as a matter of fact. But anyway, I bet you get wetter jogging in sunshine out there than I do jogging in the rain.
Hands down, I guarantee it. Like
although I don't jog.
It's ridiculous. When's the last time you actually ran other than like?
I ran into the local ice cream store last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to get in front of the line.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't run much. I love bicycling. There's certain exercises I absolutely love. I don't like running. You know, the impact. I don't know what it is about it. I love walking.
You used to run quite a bit in football in high school and stuff, and you did a lot of burpees. You didn't call them that. It was
no, we didn't.
Up and downs or whatever.
Yeah, we didn't even have a name for them. It's funny that, yeah. Anyway, I mean, I've done it all, and I did it in football pads and all that gear and shit. I just am not super excited about running these days.
You know, that's all right, though. Like, you don't have to like running to get cardio. Like, you know,
no, not at all.
You know what I did yesterday? And I, of course, again, because I sweat, cardio yoga. I mean, you're using your body weight. You're doing, lunges to the side and squats and handstand push-ups and push-ups to like planks and balance and stuff. And then here I am, just drenched, and then I start sliding because we're like on wooden floors and just.
Do people who make fun of yoga, Tai Chi, same thing. Like if you do those things right, man, it's a hell of a workout. In fact, I bet half the people that make fun of it couldn't even do it.
No, actually, I've seen quite a bit, and even special ops guys in the military too have where they start incorporating like hot yoga and stuff.
Yep.
And they actually went up in their lifts as far as like in the gym too, because again, you're
sure.
There's a difference between
you're getting in tune with your body, man.
Oh, dude, strength is.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyways,
I'm going rowing. So Friday, I'm going out. We're doing that longboat thing again. So I'll be rowing that boat for a few hours. I love that. So that there's certain exercise I can totally get into. I love bike riding. I love rowing.
Do you get? Are you sore like the next day?
Especially the first time I went.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. But a good sore, not a bad sore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. Like for me, as not that I get old. Like I don't feel like I'm 35, and I know that's not old. It's old to someone who's 20, I guess. But it just, for me, it's not only just exercising and doing these races, but for me, it's so important to just keep my mind like, if I don't know if you have a bad day or if whatever, just if I don't work out or if I'm not able to get that tension or whatever, it messes with me. And so anyways,
that's a good space to get into. It's that's like the hurdle, the hump you have to get over when you first start any kind of exercise or working out on a regular basis. You got to get over. Everybody's a little bit different. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, or whatever.
Would you be opposed to doing yoga?
No, well,
because you need to stretch.
I'm not opposed to it because I think it's stupid. I'm opposed to it because, like I said before, even when I was at my most limber, most in shape in high school, I sucked at
but you didn't work. You didn't work on. I'm telling you, man, as you're getting older.
We did, dude. In football, we did a lot of stretching. We did a lot of bending, and I could just. My body is like.
I know what you're really afraid of. You're worried you're gonna just fart.
Fart
all the time. Yeah. Sorry, just let it
No,
go, man.
I'll stand. If you know, well, actually, I won't get into that. Anyway, weather superior out here. We got
Yes.
that. Exercise.
Yes.
But your
And
house prices, as we've been talking about, are better
yeah,
out there.
yeah. So, and then I've got my races this weekend. So
Nice.
today I'm just gonna go walk the dogs later and just stretch out the legs. But other than that, I've got 3 very hard races up in West Virginia. So yeah. So good luck for me and the thousands of other people out there coming. If anybody's listening,
don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, this is where I found out where I wasn't allergic to wasp stings last year. Hornets, not wasps.
Way
Hornets.
to find the silver lining.
Oh my gosh, like little. I'm running down the mountain. My buddy's right behind me, Andrew, and mid stride I get tagged in my calf, and I was just like, "What the?" Like it was
so much worse than a bee sting.
You can't even describe. Like it's like what the shit, and
it stops you in your tracks, man.
And so I swatted at it, and this is mid stride, so I swat, and then it tagged me in the back of my head, and I was like, "What the?" Just run faster. And I discovered mid race at 34 years old that I wasn't allergic to hornet, but I don't know.
Are you faster than them?
No, apparently. And I don't know about bees. I don't think it's the same thing. Yeah. So hopefully, yeah. But anyways, so
you never know when things are going to change, man. Yeah. You might wake up all of a sudden and be allergic to grapes.
Yeah. I'm in the hospital. What? I had some wine last night, and yeah.
So anything good on TV or movies or anything going on?
I've been watching The Boys on Amazon. You recommended watching it.
You're taking way too long though, man.
I know. I'm about, I guess, midway. I guess. Yeah. So, spoiler alert. It's good. It's definitely unique.
I love it. I thought it was super good. I'm so ready for season 2.
Yeah. If you're wondering, just the premise, it's like, what if there were superheroes, their day-to-day lives and like stuff like that, and just like how would, I guess, our culture and world.
Well, basically, it's like it's applying reality somewhat to superheroes. You know, not everybody's going to be a Boy Scout.
Would Superman be good?
Yeah.
You know, like.
Or would just human beings be human beings, and then some of them are douchey and some of them are not.
Yeah. So, anyways, definitely give that a go. You know what just came on that I need to watch? Mindhunters season 2. Did you watch that? Mindhunters.
What is it? Like gold mining?
No, Mind
Hunters. No.
Yeah, it's about the
searching the U.S. for people with brain still. I don't know.
No. It's actually. No. Do you like sort of investigative? You know, the serial killers. It's basically when the FBI was going over to the path, or like 2 guys were basically taking the psychological path and creating profiles and sitting down and talking to these guys and.
Haven't heard of it.
Diving. Oh man.
What's it on?
Netflix. So season 1 is good, and season 2, I'm assuming, is going to be just as good. But it's like some of those like uncomfortable moments, like, because some of these, I mean, you got to think, you have to be able to understand and break down and be in the face of these type of people, like, and you could call them monsters, sure. And then you have to be able to separate. It's just crazy. So
yeah, I've kind of pulled myself away from watching that kind of stuff. I already fill my mind with too much shit. Yeah. And I mean, we're obsessed with the serial killer thing.
It's because it's crazy. Like it's like,
we can't wrap our minds around it.
It's because some of them you would have no idea.
Yeah. They're your neighbor for 30 years and you don't know. There was that girl who her father was. This was just like a recent story I read, like 6 months ago or whatever. But her father was a serial killer her whole life, and she didn't even know.
Yep.
And so she had to deal with that once she was an adult, finding it out once he was busted or whatever. Like that would talk about blowing your mind, man.
Well, I mean, like I said, anyways, give it a watch. I've been enjoying that. And you
know what I'm waiting for? I'm looking forward to the Lost in Space season 2, man. When's that coming out?
And
We forget about these
I
shows.
guess
You
we
see
could,
great things.
well, I guess we could talk about it, right? You know what I loved about that series? Like, well, first off, I remember bringing up, oh, dude, Lost in Space. And you were like, nah, I think I'm going to pass. And then you watched it and you're like, man, it wasn't too bad. I liked.
I'm always a little wary of remakes.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And good acting across the board. The one character that I fucking hate and love.
But you're supposed to.
Is the doctor, but she's not really a doctor. She's a and what makes it like even better is that she manipulates children, and that just fucking just sets me off. And
she almost, I would, if I didn't hate her so much, and I hate saying that, if I didn't hate her so much, I'd almost say she was the best in this show. Like she made me freaking hate her.
She's
I hate
a survivor.
her as a person, and
she's a survivor. You know, and so like on one instance, you can understand where she's coming from. In the other, it's like, yeah, but you're still a shit person, you know, like, anyways, and how it ends at the end of the season too, you're just like, okay, where the fuck are they going with this? Anyways, definitely. I was happy with the series in general. Cool. You know, no spoilers. I don't want to ruin it, even though it's been out forever. So watch it.
Go see it.
Go see it. So, you know what I saw yesterday, dude? What? I don't know if you care. Matrix 4 was announced. They're doing another Matrix.
No, it's not Matrix 4. I thought it was a remake. I thought that's a reboot. They're rebooting the whole series.
I don't know if it's a reboot or if they're...
My understanding is it's a complete reboot, not going to have Keanu, etc. And I'm open to it.
No, it has him. It has it has all the main characters, the actors. Totally the Morpheus guy, I forget his name. I don't know if what they're going to do. From the whole premise of those movies, though, is that this has all happened before, and we're just replaying it. So they could technically just be like, oh, everything's been, you know, rebooted, if you will. This is, you know, it's like multiverse, but, you know, simulations and stuff like that. But Keanu and Lana are all returning, because the crazy thing is, spoiler alert, she dies. Like, you watch her die. You never watch him actually die. He inserts himself back into the mainframe as far as when he's laying there, like, you know, Jesus Christ.
And Chad is completely confirming it is number 4. It's a continuation.
But we just don't know, like, what the fuck that means. Anyways, I'm intrigued. I loved the Matrix movies. I think I saw Elias Defexis, and this is probably why he was talking about it yesterday on Twitter. He was talking about how much he loved the original trilogy. I know that a lot of people didn't like 2 and 3, and progressively they liked them less. I probably can say the same thing. I loved 1 and just liked each 2 and 3 a little bit less, but I still loved the trilogy. Sure. The whole trilogy was great. I think what was it was different. The second and the third one were a lot different than the first, and I think that just always sort of happens. Usually, I mean, look at Jurassic World, and I mean any prequel, and everything always changes. But I mean, as far as like, the one thing I always is like, why would you design mechs where the humans can just like, why? Like, you made the most vulnerable part the most easiest thing to kill. At least cover them up with a little bit of metal. I don't know. Yeah. Guys, I do see that my webcam is lagging. Not really sure what's going on there. Nothing I can do about it now. Yeah, I see that too, which is weird. I'm seeing it on Zoom, so it's happening. It might be happening on my end. Yeah. Not sure. Can't stop the podcast really to fix it. Why are you breaking shit? I don't know. Was it the Windows update? It could have been. Funny enough. Yeah. Anybody else having audio issues this morning? Yeah, I had to reset everything. So, yeah. Right. The good news is your audio is good. So there's that. So, but anyways, yeah. So that's happening, and I'm excited. But let's go dive a little bit into the podcast, and of course, support for this podcast is brought to you by you, our patrons, our Twitch subs. If you'd like to help support the podcast, consider becoming a Twitch sub or patron today. And of course, I just want to say thank you for considering it. Thank you for clicking that sub button or for becoming a patron. And we'll have those links in the description below. So we had a patch yesterday, a very light patch. The only, I think, worth thing noting out of the patch, because it's so small, is Rifleman 2C hitbox adjustments.
You were playing it yesterday?
Yes, I played it. Now, I don't like the base 2C because I feel like the 4 large pulse is just too damn hot. But I like I think it's the LB40 with for heavy smalls or ER smalls, whatever you want. I was wrecking face in it, and
it better be.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I like multiple. We had some clutch matches, and I think the problem with the Rifleman 2C in general, and it was just exacerbated with the hitboxes, is that you have to be facing like. It doesn't have the fluidity to, arm mounts where you have the lower arm actuators, or that it's not as quick to be able to snap to the left or right, take a shot and snap your torso away. So like you are facing your target, which means if they're shooting at you, and guess what? The dominant feature is the CT. So like just aim at the CT and you're going to kill it. So that's been adjusted.
If you catch people off guard and they don't know, you can wreck face. I saw you doing it.
Yeah, so I enjoyed the changes. It's been good. And
cool. Yeah, now you had, as we mentioned at the top of the podcast, you had Ash on Friday. So we had actually 2 podcasts last week. They're both up on YouTube. They're both up on SoundCloud. So go check them out if you haven't.
Actually, I had 3 people. I had Ash, I had Crass, and I had Live.
The crew.
Yeah, the whole crew. I thought it was good. It's one of those things where I'm excited for this championship. I'm always excited watching the matches and the format that they have and what they're doing, and especially with how I think the one cool thing is if there is patch or adjustments that they're just going to roll with it. So if there is any adjustments that Chris does, then the comp scene will have to adjust and go from there. But
it's pretty exciting. So what we're talking about is the MWO Championship Series 2019. I just dropped a link in chat, and it'll be in the show notes. All the info at MWOmercs.com. It's going to be quite a series. I'm looking forward to it. I think it starts tomorrow. Technically,
yes.
In this patch, that was the other thing in the patch is the comp tab is active. So, I'm seeing some weird things happening with my webcam. Did you just see that?
Yeah, I think we can stop the video and then, or not the stream, but just stop your video and
restart it.
Yeah, we can try that.
Okay. Don't know what's going on.
You're breaking shit, man. Let me switch meetings here. I'll get you another meeting. Uno momento. Sorry about this, guys, but it was working fine. Then it wasn't working.
Technical issues, but I'll keep going. Anyway, very excited about it. Starts tomorrow, the comp series, and yeah, it's going to be fun watching competitive MWO again, seeing the old gang get back together. I don't know who's going to be doing the. I don't know if Ben and Mike are getting involved.
So Ash is going to be involved, Bandit, I think, and they mentioned potentially a few others as well. So
yeah, it's a lot of people coming together to make this happen, and to me, just another reflection of how strong the community is, which we'll also get to a little bit later when we talk about Catalyst. But I love seeing it. I love seeing the community step up and do stuff like this. Hold on, my Zoom is updating for some reason.
Oh, maybe that's why. Dun dun dun. Hopefully there's no personal information up there. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Daeron has never looked better. I know, right? Just let me know when you click on the link. Yeah, so it was informative. I like the structure they're going for. I like the fact of what they're doing is they're removing, or the top teams get removed out of the pool. I think that's good as well, just because I think that's better overall for the
videos back up.
Okay, cool. Let me get that. All right. Good. Full screen mode. Let's see if that fixed it. Let's see if Daeron's got the jitteries. Good? You good?
No, I see it still. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Anyway, there's also there are ways to support the MWO Championship Series. Yep. I'm one of those ways. I don't know what I signed up for, really. I told them I would do anything to help. They tweeted out yesterday you can basically buy an hour with Bombadil.
I think it sounds fantastic.
Yeah, so
there's a lot you can do in an hour. I'm just saying.
Here's a link to that.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, and there's multiple rewards and multiple ways you can support. which again, I think this was just a great idea. These guys are really on top of it as far as making this happen. You can drop with the incoming missile guys. There's various levels of support, bronze, silver, people you can drop with, some training with Pasha and Krasno, and as well as with EMP, like training how to be a better pilot, which I need. So maybe I'll enter for that. But some good stuff, man. And it's just a community coming together and doing really cool stuff.
Yeah. And
I feel like I've said stuff a lot.
you did say you do anything.
Stuff.
Right. Right.
I did. I need to be careful next time.
Yeah. Do they have a Ash and a tutu? I think again they need to do that. I think that's appropriate.
I'd
donate for that.
I think. That.
Yeah. That chin, man, in a tutu. All right.
Yep.
So we also had MW5 stuff come out. Mainly, it was the pre-orders went up on the Epic Game Store. And there's two. There's the standard and deluxe digital. Obviously, standard is the game, and then deluxe.
Only a $10 difference. Standard's $49.99. Digital deluxe edition is $59.99. Completely worth it to me. I don't like, I'm old school because I love the, an actual physical manual, physical TRO. But for $10, you get the digital manual, get the soundtrack, you get 4K desktop pack, and you get the tech manual. Tech manual I'm interested in. Is it going to be like a TRO?
I don't know.
Yeah.
All I know is I was talking about this yesterday. I used to have all of my boxes for MW5 Mercenaries, all of them, and then the manuals.
Yeah.
I think they got tossed when I was in the military, which was really a bummer. But yeah, games just don't do that anymore. I mean,
nope.
That would be interesting. Like, would you pay if the game's $50? Would you, because they got to ship it to you and stuff? Would you pay for a? I feel like it just adds cost. But if you're, I don't know, because you'd have to look at like logistics, how someone would have to produce them and then ship them. And
you know what video game buying was for me, dude? I would walk into a game store and I loved it. It was the best feeling when you know you're going to get a new game, and you'd go over to the shelf and you'd see all the boxes up there. You'd pick them up. The weight of the box holding it mattered. Like how much of a manual was in there. Like, you didn't have, YouTube or anything like that. So you'd be looking at the screen captures from the back. You're trying to determine, are these actual in-game screen captures? Is it, whatever? Is it deceptive? It was just such a different buying process. Today, man, you can watch Twitch streams, you can watch YouTube, you can go talk to people about, just so much improved as far as the buying process. But I do feel like we've lost some as far as we don't have the actual physical copies of things. Yeah,
sure. I mean, the manuals themselves, I mean, again, it's like, after you know them, do you ever...
Sure,
like I never
for the artwork.
Yeah, but that's it. I can print off a piece of artwork now.
But you can always reference it or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, because I can see both sides. Like, or if you get a poster, I can buy a poster. I don't need to buy the box now. Or now with 3D printing. Oh, you like mechs? You can 3D print your own mechs, paint them. If I can just
it makes total sense.
That's why no one does it anymore.
Yeah,
we don't.
But I do feel a sense of loss.
It was the age of like Radio Shack and all those.
Yeah, but and so I'm talking about minis. I mean, obviously, we're in such a better place as far as minis today. I can't wait. We'll get to it. For future minis. But yeah, so MechWarrior 5 on Epic Game Store. I know when it went up, it had great prominent placement. It has moved down a little bit on the front of the Epic Game Store page, but it's still on the first page. But it was right next to Borderlands 3, and that kind of exposure, I'm sure, is helping.
Yeah, and we'll see how it plays out. I mean, I think the proof is in the pudding as far as it going on EGS and whether that was a smart decision or not. I think we just have to wait to sort of see if it plays out. So I'm looking forward to it. So
yeah,
November is coming really quick.
All right, moving on to
BattleTech by HBS. I saw this announcement too.
Looking into printable box art. Interesting. I'll touch with Matt and ask about that. Yeah, HBS and BattleTech. You saw Mitch on Twitter.
Yes, Mitch. He had posted up. He'd done a stream, and then he'd posted like, "Oh, I really like to get back to that." Well, he posted yesterday and said
he's getting back to it.
He's getting back to it, to be determined. I don't know if he's just going to be playing the like campaign or if it's going to be afterwards and whatnot. So
he likes having a wingman. I noticed him saying that. I wonder if he gets somebody just basically giving him tips. Yeah, which I can understand. The older we get, but yeah, I think it's cool. It's awesome seeing the creators of a game getting in and playing it and having fun. So,
and I'd been asking about the show that they'd put on with Death from Above, and I know me and you have talked about doing possibly something like that. If logistically it's possible,
if we can make it happen, we're gonna make it happen.
I think like for me, like the minis are good size, but I think if you were to do a show like that, I don't think I'd do them as big as they did. But I think 2 times to 3 times, like 3 times the size of a mini, I think would be good for a viewable distance, and it wouldn't be like astronomical, price to
I want 1-to-1, dude. Like personally,
just 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Just put it in the backyard.
I'm totally willing to make my neighborhood here. I don't know if my neighbors will go for it, but be the tabletop, bring in some 30-foot tall mechs. I'm down. Yeah. I liked the size they did for DFA, but I think it worked for them. For us, it wouldn't work.
Well, I was hoping to hear if they would release that app that they were using, because that would definitely help too. But
anyway, welcome back to streaming, Mitch. Hope it goes well for you. And it'll be fun to watch it for sure. The Lord Commander or whatever you call it.
I'm looking forward to hearing what they do as far as the DLC. I mean, obviously, it's going to probably be quite a bit of an addition, I think. I think it'd be interesting seeing if they ever do the clan invasion. I don't think they wouldn't. Like, I don't think that's going to be the next big thing, but going towards that, I wonder if they ever would do the clan side sort of RP wise. I don't know. That'd be cool to see. Yeah, so
absolutely.
Obviously, as we poke and prod, hopefully we can get him on the podcast again and maybe drop some hints, because give Mitch.
I think
Mitch some whiskey.
Time to have Mitch on again. Yeah, we'll get Mitch some whiskey that he has to start before
maybe
we start the podcast.
Maybe a big
cigar.
Big whiskey. Cigar and whiskey.
All right, so a hint to anybody having Mitch on a podcast, send him a bottle of whiskey and a cigar beforehand. Podcast will go better. The next news, man, this is huge and this is exciting, and this like lights my BattleTech fires, man.
What does that
for
feel
those like? It feels good. It's nice and warm and toasty. BattleTech, and I'm talking tabletop, Catalyst Game Labs, man, they had an amazing Kickstarter campaign. It is over. It is done and over, and it was hugely successful. I think it's safe to use those words. Here's some stats real quick. $2,586,421 raised by 11,277 backers. That point alone, 11,277, over $2.5 million. Amazing. Just so you know where that stands, they are 43rd overall, the highest Kickstarter in the games category, 30th in tabletop games, and 83rd in the highest Kickstarter project ever. Not every Kickstarter project out there, they got highest, 83rd highest of all of them.
What was number one?
I don't know what number one is, but all I know, dude, is this is freaking BattleTech. Like a lot of times you think this is old school. People don't know about it anymore. Is there a community out there? Obviously we know there's a community. We've gone to MechCon and, and we experience it, but this is just such a reinforcement of here we are, and we're here to stay. I mean, that is amazing that the BattleTech tabletop was able to reach such accomplishments. And so huge congratulations to Randall and everybody over at Catalyst Game Labs. It's just amazing. And you guys, the community.
Obviously, whoever's idea was to go Kickstarter, I think it was very smart on their part. And for those that are wondering why they went that route, it was more of a supply and demand issue. When they just launched this past, their new box set, basically, of the intro and stuff, they were having issues with getting enough supply. So I think with this, it just made sense for them. That way they know how many off the shelf they have to push. And then obviously from a community standpoint, we unlocked like everything.
Unlocked everything.
Right? You're getting extra stuff in the box sets themselves, from mechs to elementals. And another big thing, I think, the success you see is, I know this is sort of superficial of me to say, but they look so damn good. And the clan mechs have always, especially
there's
these.
There's nothing negative about saying that at all, dude.
No. What I'm saying is, like, comparatively, I don't think it would have done as well if it had been like the old mini. Yeah, if they didn't look as good. And the clan mechs had had an advantage in the first place because they were newer anyways. Like, as far as when they were created, their designs were a little bit more organic and just nice. I think they weren't like fugly like some of the old line art that the miniatures were made out of. And that being said, I think Shimmering Sword or Anthony did a fantastic job. And I know he's not the only artist working there, but he's
the only one we can name right now, though.
All of the designs, I see all of his commission art that he used to do and still does, by the way, in those designs. And it's a mixture between a little bit inspired by MWO, because I say that because I've seen his artwork prior to MWO. So they make it look similar, but they're very much his own style, and it just so happens I think they line up. I'm sure he references everything, but the nice thing with it is it's subtle differences. But if you look at a Stormcrow or Timberwolf, they look similar enough on both sides to where you don't have these like really distinct, different looking mechs, and I think that's really cool too.
I wonder if Iglesias influenced him at all. It'd be interesting to have Anthony on and ask him.
I guarantee
each other.
Yeah, I guarantee they talk
You've got
to each
two
other.
top level, mech artists. I'm sure.
Well, not only do you have the artist, those two, but then you have the artist over at HBS as well. So I mean, they've created their own mechs too. So, overall,
BattleTech and Mech Warrior is looking good.
I know a few people that dropped like Galaxy Commander level money. And
how much is that?
It's like the $1,000 plus, more. Ooh. Or there was $5,000. Look, if you play the tabletop, this was a really, even if you don't play the tabletop and you want to get into the tabletop, the Star Commander was great. And also, too, the Star Commander level, which was the $50, that's what I got. Got the bonuses from the 2 million.
I knew Ferret was going to say something about the damn Nova Cat.
Yeah. He's already sent me his own adjustments and stuff, and then he tweeted out. Yeah, he did. He said it was better than the MWO, but still needed a little bit of touch. And actually, to be fair, I do agree with him at base level. For those that are wondering, he's talking about the Nova Cat. I think the Nova Cat in the Mech Commander game was the best Nova Cat that I've seen. I agree. That being said, I
love being Intersphere.
Yeah.
They got all the IS mechs, right?
Dude, there were so many IS mechs, and then Comstar as well. Like,
I know.
Okay, so if you backed, you probably already saw they had infographics as far as like what you got for each thing too. And to me, I think what it's going to fall upon as well is, and I challenge people out there, look, if you like the tabletop, set up times and dates to go play. Like I really want to do that here, where you just introduce someone. And if it means doing the quick reference, like there's off the top of my head, there's basically quick play rules and stuff that you can play by that make it a lot more simplistic.
Accessible,
introduce them that way. If they dig it, then go down the rabbit's hole with them. And I just for me, there's so much value that we got because everyone stepped up, and it was crazy too. The jump, I think, what do they say? The first and like last days are like some of the biggest days for Kickstarter, and so I think you got the Star Captain level. I think you got the
I think I clicked on the wrong one. I didn't know what I was doing when I
you got the Star. You did. It's like
I thought that's what we were doing, but anyway, I did. And so what does that get me extra? I did just link in chat, guys, the Kickstarter page. So you can go and you can see all the stretch goals and everything that's coming with it and what's going to be available through Catalyst.
You got the Star Captain, which was $95, and basically you get the box set, but then you get 2 stars. And then you get to pick whatever stars or lance packs. So you could get the Inner Sphere stuff too if you wanted, but obviously in the box set is going to be the 5, clan, and then
Dude, I haven't. Yeah.
So get this: you get 5 miniatures in the box set. The Executioner, Timberwolf, Nova, Grendel, Adder, all redesigned, and they're top quality plastic. I can tell you guys, they're awesome. 2 points of elementals, bases of elemental battle armor, a pair of 6-sided dice, expanded clan primer booklet, clan rule books, record sheet booklet, novella, 10 pilot cards, alpha strike cards, reference cards, game maps, standees, and terrain tile punch board, unique cover for backer copies. And then because of the last unlock, let me just scroll down here just so I can.
They did such a good job of displaying and you know, like it was a great Kickstarter campaign. And I think that also attributed a lot to their success. Like, it was so clear, everything that they were doing, everything, all the stretch goals, beautiful graphics, well laid out. Again, just kudos to Catalyst for nailing it.
For the $2.5 million goal, they did the Legendary MechWarrior pack. And if you were Star Commander, which was $50 or more, you got that, and that was the Direwolf Widowmaker with Natasha Kerensky, Timberwolf Pride with Aiden Pride, Archer Morgan Kell, and the Marauder with Grace and Death.
Dude, Morgan Kell and Grace and Death. Woo! Yeah. I'm so excited about that.
So you got 9 mechs just by getting the Star Commander base pack with 2 things of elementals. So, and the cool thing is, let's just say you went in at like $50 or even less. You can actually, I think, change, as long as you committed beforehand, you can go back and you can adjust and add stuff too. So very, very cool. Very awesome. And I think the delivery date isn't far in like 2020 too. So like, yeah, it's going to be
It's pretty cool. It's, you know, as we said, it's exciting to see this alive and well, you know, to this right now, this summer. This is a little bit of a sore subject for me, but this summer is the 35th anniversary of BattleTech, the franchise. And as some of you knew, I was trying to do a documentary on this, but maybe I'll do the 40th anniversary, you know, round up to a decade or whatever. We'll see what happens. But that's a big deal, 35 years. And, you know, I bought it. I bought the tabletop on the day, or, you know, when it came out, the summer 35 years ago. I freaking bought it. So there's a deep connection for me on this, and to see this community rise up and just be so amazing in all forms, whether you're talking MWO, MechWarrior 5, BattleTech from Hairbrained, or everything that Catalyst Game Labs does. This community is solid, and this community is here to stay, and I'm super excited. And so what this is really making me want to do is play the tabletop, whether that's you and me or getting a local group going, or both, or whatever. You know, I got all this stuff coming. I'm ready to jump in again.
You know, they have, there's got to be, like, I know there's Warhammer tournaments and stuff like that. There's got to be a niche for doing maybe some type of BattleTech tournament tabletop. You know, that's something we should reach out to Catalyst about and be like, and it doesn't have to be big. I'm not talking about like MechCon where we have like thousands.
No, NGNG-Con, dude.
You know, like, I feel like
let's do it. Let's
really...
do NGNG-Con is a tabletop tournament.
Yeah,
absolutely. Let's do it.
Yeah, where we do like
in North Carolina,
Solaris, where you just
summer next year.
Everybody just is tossed into an arena and good fucking luck.
Something, dude. I would be down for that.
Yeah,
like totally. We could stream it and everything. Like a tabletop tournament would be freaking awesome.
Like have like the Catalyst crew as the refs and everything there, because they're really good. Like,
yes, they are. Yeah, we'll talk about that. And
I don't know, maybe
poke more around in the community, see what they think.
Yeah. And are you gonna teach the little one how to play?
Oh yeah, dude. She's already like I told you before, she's getting into D&D, and so not that I want to steer her away from Dungeons and Dragons at all. If she is interested in that, go for it. But I want to introduce her to BattleTech. And when she was at MechCon this last year, she spent a lot of time in the BattleTech area, the tabletop area. She didn't know what the hell was going on, but she loved it. She bought a set of dice because she loves the dice, and, you know, like all the things that I think attracted to me. She's a little younger than I was when I first got into it, of course, but I'm totally going to teach her, dude.
Yeah. Definitely. All right.
Definitely.
So.
Oh, and then, this last part.
Yeah. And then, you know, as far as like the tabletop, I think the success on here just sort of shows again, that there is a market, you know, for, because I mean, I would go to like game stores
Not
and
just
stuff.
a market.
Yeah, I'd go to game stores, but like you
Serious
wouldn't see
market.
anything BattleTech. I remember buying books
It's
at
still like
the
that.
at Barnes and Noble. Like there's no
Yeah.
BattleTech books anymore there, and
No.
so like for me,
It's been deemed that it's not popular enough, and obviously when you go into a game store, and it's you go into a game store, and good luck finding anything BattleTech. Even with this, it's going to be a while if anything ever happens from it.
Remember when we talked to Randall that one time, and you know they talked about possibly like books print on demand, where then you don't have to have a stock.
Beautiful.
Like I feel like that would be really cool, and seeing new novels, obviously there's stuff. So yeah, anyways, across the board, I'm excited. I do need to get a group together. I actually have quite a bit of people around here that are, BattleTech MechWarrior fans as well. So,
my webcam is on drugs.
It's all right, man. Well,
I keep turning purple.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's not me. I'm not on the drugs. But anyway, speaking of Randall, we are going to have Randall on a podcast next week. I don't know when we're going to go live with that, but we will obviously alert everybody. Let you know. We're going to talk to Randall, talk about the Kickstarter, talk about what's going on in his life and the future of BattleTech. So we're very, very excited about that. It's been a while. We've talked to Randall many times over the past year or whatever about being on. He's wanted to be on. So we're going to do that.
Yeah. They've been doing they were doing their like podcast during for
their AMAs
and stuff. Yeah. It's been
and evidently it's been very successful, and they're going to talk about doing more.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, it's just awesome.
Yeah. So
everything is awesome.
You think you'd be sick of that?
I am.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not a ton of news, but as far as the BattleTech, that I would say the Kickstarter would probably be the biggest thing, as far as BattleTech fans are
it's huge for Catalyst, and I love seeing any success that they have, but it's also, to me, it's like a reaffirmation of this community and this game, and that we're going to be around. No, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. But guys, that's going to be it for the podcast. We just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys, get out these little blurbs of information. Some of you guys may not have heard about it. And of course, don't forget, we do have November coming up very, very soon, and then December. So MW5.
Don't forget October. Do you know what October is?
Well, I know a lot of people, I get asked this all the time. Will we be streaming MW5? And that is yes. So I just wanted to clarify so someone stops asking.
Phil's already planning on streaming Mech Commander. If
I can. Like people, it's funny because like there's been some comments about it because that podcast. We are just waiting to see what is capable. Like I said, I think the mod scene is going to be able to do some really, really cool stuff.
Really cool. Yeah, but October is, by the way, our 8-year anniversary. October 31st, Halloween night. We started on Halloween night. Again, I don't know why. 8 years ago. So it is the NGNG 8-year anniversary. That is, of course, the anniversary of the podcast. We were around before that as a community. So the years are just flying by. So hope you join us Halloween night, October 31st, for a big celebration stream or podcast. We got a lot of stuff obviously coming throughout the rest of this year and the beginning next year with the tabletop. But thank you again, everybody, for being here. I'm going to figure out what's going on with the webcam for everybody watching the YouTube video. I apologize. I hate watching stuff like that too.
It seemed to be working fine. I guarantee it had to do with the update. And
I just restarted my computer though before this, so I don't know. But anyway, we'll figure it out.
It's something.
And
Windows
we'll
updates,
get it fixed.
man. Can we just?
Yeah, I know.
Windows.
Right.
Why are you fucking with my stuff?
Come on,
man?
Bill. What's up, Bill?
Fix
your shit.
Now I gotta tell it's okay for this program to use my mic. Well, no shit. I'm using. Yeah. Anyways,
we'll get it sorted.
Of course, this podcast is supported by you, the viewer. Please consider supporting us in a variety of ways. You can check out becoming a sub on our Twitch channel. We got access to pretty awesome emotes. Also, if you're a sub, stuff like slow-mo doesn't affect you. You don't get ads too. We're grandfathered in that, so that's really nice. And of course, if you have a Twitch Prime sitting around, don't let it go to waste. Become a patron sub. You can become one of our patrons. We also have a merch store. And of course, you can check out some swag there. And if you're going to be doing any shopping on Amazon, we've got an affiliate link. Please consider using it. It kicks back when you guys buy stuff. And of course, this will be in the description below.
Be sure to check out our website at NoGutsNoGalaxy.net, on Twitch at NGNGTV, on YouTube at NoGutsNoGalaxy TV, Twitter at NoGutsNoGalaxy, Facebook at NoGutsNoGalaxy Podcasts, SoundCloud at NoGutsNoGalaxy, and for all the latest and greatest in mech porn t-shirts and mugs, which are some great ones there, so check it out, NoGutsNoGalaxyStore.com.
This was your local No Guts, No Galaxy Mech Warrior podcast signing off for tonight. This is Phil.
And this is Daeron.
Until next time, Mech Warriors. Totally wrong hand, but I'm not.
I corrected myself. I corrected myself.
You're fired.
I was never in the military.
Fired.